Thank you. All right, I'd like to call the election board meeting for April 15th to order at 1:32 p.m. And if there's anybody on the line for a public comment, now would be a great time to address the board. Hearing no one, we will move ahead to approval of the minutes of the meeting held Thursday, April 8th, 2021.
I will make that motion.
I will second the motion.
Okay, properly moved to second. Any other additions, corrections, or discussions on those minutes? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, motion passes. Move ahead to new business, which is the event of the day, which is to approve the ballots for the 2021 municipal primary. And Jody, I'll turn it over to you.
Okay, thanks, Steve. I emailed each of you an example of the Democrat, Republican, and nonpartisan ballot layouts. I completed the testing on the 450, the central count reader, and a DS200. The ballots are feeding through, the coding is calculating the votes correctly, and the results are being uploaded properly into our ElectionWare program. So at this point in time, what I guess I need is approval from the board with the layout of the current ballots. Is that all I need, Michael? It's just the approval for the layout and everything?
Yeah, I think it was essentially just to let us know that we were doing the testing had occurred, everything went well, the ballot layout works, and then for us to be able to take a look at how the ballot is laid out, since it is a two-sided ballot, to get any feedback from any of us if we wanted to make any changes to how it's laid out.
Okay, perfect.
So you're not asking us to verify each individual precinct ballot. You want us the general concept of how it looks is what we are to understand?
Correct. It's been proofed multiple times for spelling errors. You know, all of that has already taken place. At this point in time, it's just you looking at it saying, yep, this looks great, you know, or can you change this to here, that kind of thing, just the presentation of it.
What are the thoughts of the board?
Yeah, the way and the thinking behind it was the first column on the Democratic and Republican ballots has the judicial statewide candidates, and then the second ballots or the second column on the front side for both Democratic and Republican starts with the county, and then it keeps all of the municipal races and the judges of elections and any of those positions on the first side, and then on the reverse side for the Democratic and Republican, it just has the referendum questions, the 4 questions. And then on the nonpartisan, it has just obviously one side, and it's just the referendum questions. So again, it just basically it's all the races for actual people are on the one side. Flip side is a referendum. So so it just if there's any feedback on changing anything, but if not, I think it looks good how it is. But wanted to make sure we're all comfortable with it.
Mark, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that's a pretty logical way to arrange it. I'm assuming we have the turn ballot over text in the largest font we're allowed, because we do want to make that pretty obvious.
Yeah, I think we have the responsibility of doing a little bit of PR work on that regard too.
And Jody, if you wanted to talk about how you address that with the flip the ballot over, what you did there.
What I did on the front side was I added the arrow. I mean, we've always printed turn ballot over to continue voting, and people don't like to read. So I figured if I added the graphic, they might be more inclined to actually flip the paper over to see what's on that side. So I do have it in a larger font. I do have it bolded. So hopefully more voters will be curious as to what's on the backside of that ballot and actually turn it over and read it. Now, in addition, I did recently hear from William Penn. I asked them that if they were to receive like PDFs today for absentee and mail-in ballots, how soon we would have them. And they said like by the end of next week. So just to let you know, so that you all have an idea based upon when these get approved and when I send the PDFs to William Penn, what the turnaround time will be and when the ballots will start going out.
And that's perfect. The way that we're looking at bringing in the temporary election workers is the thinking is Thursday, Friday of next week, they would be able to get the ballots starting to be packaged and out the door, putting in the mail, and then we would not be publicizing the come in to vote over the counter until all the ballots have been mailed out to reduce anybody coming in asking where their ballot is. So again, this would be, they'd be coming in next Thursday, Friday to help out with getting the ballots out, potentially even Saturday packaging some of those ballots, and then mid the week after that is when people could start to come in to request their ballots over the counter. But that gives us just plenty of time, a lot of runway. But that's great. That's great that you checked on that, Jody. Thank you. That gives us a good understanding of that.
All right then. Go ahead, Mark.
Oh, I was just going to say I'd be happy to make the motion to approve the ballot layout.
Oh, okay.
I will second that motion.
Okay, properly moved and seconded. Any other discussion on the ballot layout motion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, motion carries. And Jody, you now have an approved ballot to work with, or a number of approved ballots to work with. And we move ahead to any discussion items. Is there anything that we need to talk about that is not on the agenda as of its publishing?
I think this was the main focus of today, unless there's anything that Jody would need, Tisha would need for today. But I think we're good.
All right. That being said, we do have a couple of election announcements. The last day of the register before the primary is May 3rd. The last day to apply for a mail-in or civilian absentee ballot is May 11th. And of course, the municipal primary is Tuesday, May 18th. If there's anything else to come before the board, now would be a great time to bring it up. Hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn the Board of Election meeting at 1:40?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second the motion.
Properly moved to second. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you very much, and thank you, Jody and Tish, for taking care of that for us.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jody.
Bye.